Hey everybody, it's your girl Kim Brooks, author of national best-selling novel He's Fine, But Is He Saved? And my newest book for Christian singles entitled How to Date and Stay Saved. And I wanted to give a tip from the book. I know before in one of our previous videos we talked about when dating someone, you want to set the abstinence expectation up front, early in the relationship. You want to let the person you're dating know, hey, I'm abstinent, before y'all even, before it even has a chance to start or get somewhere. You let them know up front. Well, I wanted to continue along those lines and talk about not only setting the abstinence expectation up front, but also setting the boundaries up front as far as what your relationship, what your dating relationship is going to look like, as far as what lines you're not going to cross. And the main thing is, I talk about in the book, thou shalt know thyself, because not everybody can kiss and not have it lead to the bedroom, if you know what I mean. So you want to let the other person know. I mean, if you know you're weak in a certain area, let them know. I mean, let them know you may just have to hold hands with the person, put a head on the shoulder, and even find out, because that actually could be a trigger for the person you're dating, just that act of touching or holding hands. You want to talk to each other and communicate what triggers the other person so that you don't get triggered, so that you continue to stay on the path. For example, one of the married couples in the back of my book, because as you guys know, the last chapter of the book, I featured 12 married couples who were abstinent during their entire dating process. No matter their past, they were abstinent until marriage. Well, one of the couples, the guy said that one of his things is he loves women's feet. So he told the woman he was dating, he said, you know what, babe? He was like, I love feet. So you can't have your toes out because that'll turn me on, basically. So what she did, she took heed to that. And she said, you know what? Okay. So she was wearing clothes, whole shoes all throughout the summertime. She would not let her date, or the person she was dating, who's now her husband, and now they have two beautiful boys. But anyway, she would not let him see her feet, because she knew that was a trigger for him. And like I always say, we're brothers and sisters in Christ first before we're dating or before we're each other's spouse. So she was mindful of that, and she wanted to treat him like a brother and like a friend, in that she wanted to respect his desire and not cause him to stumble or fall. So in the beginning, set the boundaries. Let each other know what your triggers are, where you won't be able to go. I mean, I'm talking about saying things like, I had a lot of the married couples in the back of the book, they said things like, they wrote down constitutions, they wrote down, we can't go to each other's places alone at night, or we can't, each other's bedroom is off limits, stuff like that. They planned it out basically in advance, because you know the saying, those who fail to plan to fail. So if we use that phrase in business, but you can even apply it in your relationship, because my thing is nothing just happens. You can't just say, oh, we were dating and we both love the Lord. Next thing you know, I was over his place, it got late, we was kissing, and I was in his bedroom, and next thing you know, woke up in the morning, we just had sex. No, that's not the way it works. Because there are some precautionary measures. There are some precautionary measures you can take before it even gets to that place. So, said all that to say, set boundaries up front, set the abstinence expectation up front. Oh, and one more thing. A lot of times, you may talk all you want about the boundaries, about the expectation, but you have to make sure the other person is on that same accord as you. Because sometimes you may run into somebody that just, may be along for the ride as far as what you're saying, but they actually want to see how far they can go as long as you don't notice or say anything. So you want to beware of those. And in my experience, and I'm not speaking for all men, but a lot of times it's the woman who leads in that area as far as how far to go, because a lot of times a guy will go as far as you allow them. And you know what? I'm not even going to make it gender specific, because at certain points in a relationship, one person might be weaker than the other. It may be the guy that's weak one day, and it may be the woman that's weak one day. The key is you just don't want to both be weak at the same time. So as believers, you want to be there for each other and try to live this thing out and look out for each other, treat each other with utmost respect, love the person enough not to cause them to sin, and set the expectations up front, set the boundaries up front, follow them, and just continue to love God and serve God in your relationship. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that tip from my book, How to Date and Stay Saved, which is available on my website, kimontheweb.com, or you can request it at your local bookstore. Or I also have ebooks available, digital version available online for a great deal as well. And also check out on my website, I have some free gifts for you, and also a free sign up for my monthly newsletter for singles, for men and women, and also my daily devotional for single women, which is every day a word from the Lord through me, as far as an encouraging word for single women. So, as I always say, be and stay encouraged.
And stay safe. How to please my God, how to treat my date, how to keep it tight.